giving his final rose and proposing to Becca.
Right, the first one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Arie changed his mind and
Went to the
professed his
second
love to Lauren,
Right.
Leading to the most dramatic ending in Bachelor history ever. Please welcome the newly engaged couple, Arie and Lauren.
It's okay. I did cry at the proposal. At the
Have a seat and just settle in. We have a lot to unpack here right now.
Okay, where do you want to start, Ripper?
We're watching backstage a little bit.
I want to understand, not really. I want to understand everything.
Okay.
Your thought process, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you, what are you thinking? How did this happen? Were you as shady as I think you are now?
No,
Excuse me. This didn't just happen overnight.
But I think what she's saying is, and this is something interesting, and I've heard Kelly talk about this. You were in love with two women at the same time.
Yeah.
Isn't that a red flag in some way?
It's a red flag
if you're looking for a wife.
No.
Yeah.
Somewhere that's a red flag.
No, I mean, it's just the show lends to that.
Okay, go on.
Did you feel pressure
Of course I felt pressure.
to propose to somebody?
On that
Becca.
day.
So was
Yes.
it a coin toss or was it a name in the hat? Or...
No. I think Lauren had trouble opening up on the show a little bit, and our relationship really developed late. And I was always sort of vying for her affection. And I really felt my feelings were always ahead of her feelings.
I had a hard time expressing myself to him.
I don't blame you at all.
No, it's definitely not her fault.
I feel like I take some of the credit for that too.
I mean, I think towards the end, as a bachelor, you say, okay, this is the day I have to make a decision. And I really tried to think logically about it. And I shouldn't have proposed on that day.
Can we get forensic? So
Yeah.
you made the proposal to Becca. You started to hang out with her. At
Correct.
what point were you throwing feelers to Lauren to see if she was still interested?
Great question. Yes, answer that one.
I texted her on New Year's Eve.
While you were with Becca?
I asked Becca's permission for that.
And she said okay?
Well, so from the beginning of our engagement,
Yeah.
I said, I'm having a tough time. That breakup was very, very difficult for me. And she could tell that I had one foot in the relationship. And I never was fully in that relationship. And so she was being very supportive and saying, if you need to reach out to get closure or to either move forward with that.
Are you two living together at this point?
No.
But
We're just
you're
seeing
like,
each other.
You're seeing each other.
You
Every now
said
and then.
hanging out on the show, right? You said when I was hanging out with you, I realized I was thinking about Lauren.
Correct. So you have these weekends where they put you together as a couple because you can't be in public yet.
Right.
And so that's when you're really getting to know that person after the show's wrapped. And in those moments, I was always thinking about her.
But didn't you put on socks that she gave you and post the picture?
I did.
Shady,
yeah.
While
shady.
you were with Becca? So what was the intent?
I think subconsciously, I just wanted to see if she
liked the photo?
If she was watching.
And did you like the photo?
I watched it. It was a story.
It was
It was a
yeah.
story.
So you did
Okay.
he know you saw it? He must have. So the feelers
How can
connected.
you tell that you? How
No,
do
I
you
couldn't
know?
tell.
You
it.
couldn't tell.
Okay.
Okay. Before we have to go to break.
Wait, were you DMing each other?
No. So the
I
producers.
don't believe that.
So
I
the
feel
producers wouldn't. The producers wouldn't allow me to get her phone number, so I had to somehow contact her, and that's how I contacted her.
Because you saw Arie, and by the way, I do believe you guys are happy, and I cried in that proposal last night. But because you saw Arie propose to Becca, and then back out, and then propose to you, did you ever at any point worry about him getting buyer's remorse again?
I did, yeah. That was one of my major concerns
And-
when we decided to get back together.
How'd you overcome that?
A lot of conversations.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent the last few months and talking for hours and spending every week together, and we feel so solid. And in a way, I mean, I don't want to speak for her, but I feel like this has made our relationship a lot stronger.
I know, and it's kind of twisted to think of it that way, but for me, if he had chosen me from the beginning, I would always wonder if he was truly over Becca. So now at least I know.
We're going to take a breath.
much-
We're going
so
to come
much-
back. We're coming back. There's so much to talk about, right?
Let's talk about it. We're going to find out what it really felt like last night on the air when Arie proposed. Once again.
Arie and Lauren from last night's dramatic episode of The Bachelor. You know, one thing people are wondering.
Me.
Kelly
Why?
and the Nation.
Yeah.
Why break up with Becca like you did on camera, and why 40 minutes of us seeing her in so much
Yeah.
pain?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
where were the editors? Why didn't they cut that down to like 20 minutes or
Not up to
say
me.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
It was like, it seemed like excessively cruel.
We actually didn't watch it, just for the sake of our relationship.
Well, you were there.
I know I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
You wanted to do
I know
it.
that, yeah.
You wanted to do it on camera.
Yeah, I wanted to do it just because I wanted, through every breakup, there's always questions of what went wrong.
Yeah.
And I knew that if we did it on camera, that I could take ownership of it and that it was completely my fault and my doing. I thought that was important. And the whole thing started on camera, and I wanted the story to be told all the way to the end. Also running back to her, just because I felt like that was an important story to tell.
What happens now and next for the two of you?
We're gonna get out of the country for a little while.
Yeah, we actually are.
Leaving the country?
We are. We're leaving
Where
the
are you
country.
going?
Has it's resorted to leaving the country?
No, I mean, I felt like we should get a little break from this.
Yeah.
So we're going on vacation. And then
And you'll
we're-
spend time together, actual time.
I know, and we're so excited to
In
do
public.
Gelman, should we
regular
send a
couple
crew?
things.
Do a piece? Let's follow her.
And then after that, we're going to Virginia Beach, and we're going to pack up her car and her dog Dallas and drive all the way to Phoenix. She's going to move to Phoenix.
Well,
Happy ending. Happy ending.
good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for being good sports.